Hello, Scorpio. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. I'm going to do relationship first, single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. Already shuffled, so let's get these out here. One. Okay. Okay, let's see what we're doing here. Something new is coming in. There's a new change. There's a new way of doing things. I feel like you're giving in to your partner, but it almost feels like it just has to be this way. I wouldn't say you either want to or don't want to do this. It's just something, it's kind of like this is what has to happen. I'm noticing they have the Two of Cups on their side. You have the Strength card on your side. Something is coming forward that they really want. Something is going their way. And I almost feel like they're pushing it forward like this is my time. This is what I need to do. This is what I've been working for. This is what I've been working towards. And I feel like you're acknowledging that, like, yeah, okay, that's what it is. And you're also seeing it like this is going to start now, and it's going to last for quite a long time. And I think you're right. Your partner is planning to have this situation last for a very long time. They've been involved with it for a while, and it's destined to last a while, is what I'm also getting. The challenge card for your partner is to not. Like, they're seeing it as if everybody's happy. That's the challenge card, the Ten of Cups. I don't feel like that's the truth. Like, I don't feel like you're very happy with this. But the challenge card is for them to realize that you're not that happy with this. That's in the challenge position. Like, the challenge card is to make that happy family. And I'm not feeling that that's really happening here. Because I feel them going forward, and they've got a lot of strength. They're doing what they need to do. They're getting fully immersed in whatever they have to do. When they're doing that, I'm feeling you over here with the Hermit card, like things aren't really connecting for you. And you're feeling like you have to go off and do other things. I'm noticing that person is in that boat alone, and that's the Six of Swords. That's one of the ways this card is depicted. At least that's how it's depicted in this deck. I feel like you're on your own, and you're feeling like you have to often do your own thing, and you're kind of having time without your partner. I don't seem to think you like this. Like, you got the Ten of Swords there with the Void, which is making me feel like there's a lot of time away. They're off doing what they're doing, and I feel like you're disconnected from them. At the very least, emotionally, it feels like you're disconnected. I'm noticing the challenge card for you is the 4 or 5? 5 of Swords. Kind of like, I feel like it's accepting this, quite frankly. When I'm feeling the 5 of Swords, it's usually the card of fruitless wins. But it's kind of like feeling like, well, this is what has to happen. I just got to kind of accept it. And I feel like that's not good. I feel like this is something that you don't want to accept this the way it is. This needs to be overhauled a little bit, or at least edited or something. Because what I'm getting is what they're warning about. Your partner has the Page of Pentacles on their side where this is going. Like, it's starting out now this way. I don't see it getting better, but this is also like with the Page of Pentacles, if you need to change something, this is the time to change something. I feel like this situation could become a burden for you, quite the burden. I know you have the strength and you can get through it because you do have the Strength card. I'm feeling like you want to talk about this. You want to get their attention and let them know how you're feeling, and you want to create edits at this point because you can. At this point, you can create edits. And it may not be the perfect situation, but things can go better now. If you wait till later, I feel like it's like a pouring concrete. When you first pour it, it's still wet. You can move it around. You can change things if you need to. You can actually remove it easier if you need to. But if you wait for it to harden, to change things, to move things around, it becomes a lot more difficult. You got to break it. You got to, it's going to be a mess. It's going to be harder. It's like, I feel like you're dealing with concrete. And they're saying at this point, the concrete's still wet. You can move it around. It's a lot more, you can do something with it. If you wait for it to dry, it's going to be, you can still do stuff, but it's going to be a lot more work, and it's going to be a lot more headaches. So if you need to change something now because you're unhappy, they're saying change something now. Talk with your partner now. This, like, and I feel like that's why they're showing this, like the Void with the Ten of Swords. They're like, you're not going to like this. Where this is going, it's going to get worse going forward is what I'm getting. They're saying now, start this conversation now. Tell them you're not happy, and work something better out so that the two of you can work this out. So you can be happy too, or at least have a better outcome than what you're heading for. I'm trying to find a better way, but I feel like that's it. They're saying this is the way to make a better way. So I feel like that's right. That's like smack to the point. They're like, they don't want to mince words about it. They're like, you're not happy, they are happy. The fact that they're not seeing how you're really, I feel like they're not even getting how you're feeling, quite frankly. If you're expecting them to feel or realize how you feel, they don't. I feel like that's a big thing too. But if you explain it to them, I feel like they will work with you to make this better, because you do mean a lot to them. So work with them. Tell them how you're feeling. Tell them what you don't like here. Don't just walk away and keep it to yourself. That seems like it's a danger here too. Don't just walk away and keep it to yourself like, it is what it is. Communicate. Give this a shot to change. Because if you wait till later, it's much more difficult. Much more difficult. I think we're good with that. They got right to the point with that. I almost feel like there's somebody specific. It really does. Like, this is what's going on. This is what you need to do. Don't let this happen to you. Like, I feel like they're saying that. All right. Let's do Scorpios that are single. What do we have for Scorpios that are single? Okay. I don't know why we're doing so many, but you get the Fool card here. I'm gonna shuffle these. You're gonna have a choice coming forward. Somebody's coming in. It's almost like luck of fate has pulled somebody forward. I feel like you're in control here of this. What fell out? The question of balance. Because when it fell out, it fell out weird. So it's like, I feel like it's the question of what is going to balance here. I feel like there's somebody you've been it's somebody or some type of person you've been looking for. This Moon card in your past is kind of like, it's almost like this fantasy feel. Like, oh, I'd really like a person that was into this like I am, that I could do, like, there's some certain hobby or some type of interest you would like. I would like to find somebody with this interest, and then we could do that together, and that would be great. And like, it's just like the Moon card is telling me you had like this wish to find this certain type of person into this certain type of situation, whatever that is. I'm getting that is coming forward. The Wheel of Fortune with the Queen of Pentacles is telling me somebody is coming in. But I'm getting like this is somebody who maybe doesn't know or doesn't have a lot of knowledge on the subject, but they are interested. This is something, this could really go this way with you. Because the wheel is telling me you're connecting with this person through this interest, or like in the very beginning you're finding out they do have this similar interest, and you're like, oh, that would be great. And this person is attractive to me. There's a lot of communication with this person is what I'm getting here. The King of Swords. A lot of communication going back and forth, and I'm getting, as it keeps going forward, there's a lot of like work, but it seems like it's very geared towards this interest. Very geared towards this interest. This is how you're getting to know each other. This is how you're going forward. And I'm seeing like there's a lot of communication, but the fact is it's very connected to this similar situation. Everything is connected to this similar situation. Now, and the Justice card is here where you're standing saying, this is what you wanted. It's almost like the universe is saying, this is what you wanted. We're bringing it forward to you. If this is what you want, here you go. And I do feel like this is literally what you want. I'm also seeing like the other person seems to be very nervous about something here. I feel like this person is a little bit, like they're nervous, but they're following. you're taking the lead on this, but they are a little nervous. I don't think it's bad. As this keeps going forward, it seems like that energy is a little different, because I feel like it's kind of like somebody getting their footing on this situation, and I'm getting the Knight of Wands with the Five of Cups. When this first starts going forward, they're not connecting into this interest as well as you'd like them to. This is something they're going to have to get more used to like this. They're not going to click right in very easily. It's not going to be an easy, I like this. They're not going to be able to just pick it up and do it. They're going to have to learn over time. They can get to the level you're at. Definitely can get to the level you're at, but it's going to take some time is what I'm getting. And I'm getting here it's almost like they're coming into this with an interest, and you seem to know a lot more about this situation. And when this happens, things happen pretty quickly, but it's not connecting the way you want it to. They're saying this is going to take some time to balance out. This is what you want, is what they're telling me. With the balance card on its side, though, it's like you got to give it some time to balance. If you rush it, it's going to go bad. If you give it some time, it will go well. This person does match your interests. I feel like they're a good match. It's just kind of like initially they're not clicking in the way you want them to. Like whatever the similar interest is, they're just not in the same place that you are. But they can develop there. Like this. They're saying if you give this time, if you give this the effort, this person will get up to your level, and you will be thankful that you allowed that to happen. The thing is, this is what I'm seeing. They're giving you the option. Do you want to walk away from this and just leave it in the past, or do you want the Four of Wands, where if you keep going with this person, you will bond. You will bond very strongly with this person. So it's kind of like if you walk away now, yeah, you'll miss out. If you stick with this person, you'll have somebody there. It'll be a long-term commitment. But I feel like with the surrender here, it's kind of like you're wondering if this is really worth it. And it's kind of like you have to give in a little bit to let this happen. You have to be patient and be willing to invest in this person and let that happen. The surrender, I feel like that's advice. Kind of like, go for it. Don't let this pass you by. They are saying there's going to be some time. There's going to be some time with the Knight of Swords and the Page of Swords coming in there, where it's kind of not really working out correctly. You're kind of waiting for it to come together. It's just going to take some time to really feel right for you. But this could really work. You got the world card here. Like, it's the question, are you going to be able to hold on long enough to let that world card appear? You got the Two of Swords kind of like saying it's just not clicking where you want it to right off the bat. It's allowing it to kind of come to fruition on its own if you can do that. It's weird to me how this feels, and I'm just kind of doing one more overview of the situation. This person is what you're looking for, is what I'm getting. They're just not up to speed. It's going to take some time. And I feel like allowing this person to grow and get more and more interested might take a long time, is what I'm getting. And that might be you might be questioning whether you really want to do this. It's one of those things where if you look back a couple years, if you stick with this person and you go a couple years down the road, you'll be happy that you did. But during the path, it's kind of like, I don't know, you like this person, but it's like building that and giving them time to catch up. It's kind of like you want to run ahead. You want to do all these great things. You want to do flips and bounces and all this other stuff. And they're just kind of into somersaults at this point, and you're just kind of like, I don't want to do somersaults. I want to do backflips. And they can't do them yet. So it's kind of like waiting for them to catch up. It's hard. I feel like it's hard. But I'm getting it's worth it. This will be that connection you want. This person will be as interested as you are, and at one point they will have the same level as you are. They will be able to do those backflips. It seems like it's literally going to take a couple of years. So it's up to you whether that's worth it for waiting for it. I think we're good. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.